Welcome back here with Route Reset, and I'm going to continue off where I left off in the last roguelike video. And I told you guys that I was going to try to fix the flicker here and add the controls for the player. And the easiest way to upload, well, to fix the flicker, is to actually to make an entirely different thread to run both the drawing of the world, with the exception of the player. No, I can get the player in there. To draw the world on its own timer, so it's separate of the motion controls, because that'll also free up the enemy AI, because we don't want them stagnant until you move again. That would be terrible for gameplay. So we're going to need a timer. We're going to start our timer. Well, we'll have a timer up here. We'll start our timer in the pre-main loop code, which would be actually down here. So it'd start somewhere in here. Declare timer. So I'm going to put it in here. Initialize timer, and then it would be right here. We could start timer here, or we could start it inside of initialize. I actually recommend we start inside initialize. So, and it's going to look something like that. So 3 or so lines of code difference. So up here, we're going to have static system.timers.timer world, and that starts the time. Well, it declares that there's going to be a timer in here. Then next, we put world equals new system.timers.timer, and then 50 milliseconds, which is a tiny fraction of time, but it's pretty nice. There we go. And then for here, we put world.elapsed plus equals new system.timers.elapsed event handler. And for now, draw would be the best option. And now draw is going to have some new parameters. Object sender system.timers.elapsed event args e handles timer world timer tick. Save all that. So now that we've done that, we need to remove this because it no longer handles it. And let's see what this looks like. Something I forgot. That does not go. There we go. Now let's see it. I'm forgetting all kinds of things. I completely forgot to world.start. Wow. Alright. Time to try it one more time. Alright, here we are. See, it's running now. It's actually updating pretty rapidly. And there is no flicker. It's not, it's not updating, I guess, when I hit the button anymore. It's updating when it gets around to it. So I guess, in a sense, it is a temporary buffer. Well, technically, it's buffering, but there is no buffer at this point. So this has fixed the flicker, and now I'm going to move on to, mostly. Now I'm going to move on to showing you guys how to move this guy, your character. So let's go ahead and start handling that. Alright, the way that I usually, and will continue to handle it, is like such. Read key dot key thing dot key character, and this actually pauses the update for this thread because the timer is a separate thread, which means draw on all the other AI controls, which we'll put into a third thread, update on their own. So here we are. Here. Best way to describe it. And then we're going to put in a switch for CK info here. Oop. And a case for W. Case for capital. And a player dot position dot y minus minus. Case for a case for capital A, player dot position dot x minus minus, case s, case, wow, there was an extra y in there. By extra I mean a y. Dot y plus plus case d, case d, player dot position dot x plus plus semicolon break break break, and last one, break. And that right there will handle the player motion. And again, typo, remove the Y from ready key, save, and let's, is there anything else? Hang on a second, that can't check. This should just be character. Alright, yep, okay. I think that's everything. No, that's not everything. This has to go. I'm just used to automatically putting parentheses at the end of everything, I guess. Alrighty, I've been up since yesterday, like, it's been well over 30 hours, I'll tell you that. So this isn't something that normally happens. I feel kind of embarrassed for making so many mistakes. I'm not going to edit them out either. I'm just going to just run with it. So let's go ahead and see if this works. Alrighty, so it did work. Hitting F9 though to record pops up with that. I don't really care. But yeah, as you can see, it compiled this time. So let's go ahead and switch over to that. And here's the newest version. Here we are, and we have motion. Problem is we don't have limited motion, so we can freely move outside this box. So the next step would be to make our boundaries. Let's close that, and we're going to make some statics. How far is that? Is that 20? 20. Short. Y max. I believe that's 10. Let's check really quick. It is 20 by Yep, 10. So 19 by 9. And I'll compile that again, but first we need to make sure that they are not outside the limits. Alrighty, gonna compile one more time. And again it compiled, and this is gonna keep popping up as I hit record. So this one is new. This it should be. And I cannot go past. So you can see, it continuously flickers over to one character to the right, because the last thing we update is this player, so when I hit the button for read key, it appears next to the player. And next step that I will be working on is turning the character black so you can't see it, and setting the cursor somewhere out of the sight before resetting to draw. But that is it for this part, so nice, another segment.